period. And then like a few years later, this guy Sieg Heil twice.
Two of them.
Once in the front, if you missed it in the back. And it's just like, he still has a job. That guy still has a job. I don't understand those guys.
Like, you want to see a great case thing on, like, narcissism. Liberals are so stupid the way that they handle Trump.
What do you mean?
You should shut up. He's a narcissist. Neutral energy.
Yeah. You think he'd go away?
You know what I think he was? I think he was a one-hit wonder. Right? He wrote the twist.
When Jimmy Kimmel tried to mock President Trump on live television, Bill Burr didn't just join the roast, he turned the knife. In front of millions watching, Burr called Trump a narcissist, told Kimmel to shut up, and accused liberals of doing the one thing Trump can't survive without: feeding his ego. That night, Burr didn't just expose Trump, he exposed the entire system that keeps him famous.
And then that was it. He was on the casino circuit, and then you idiot liberals wrote him twist again when you indicted him. And now he's a martyr.
And now he's
coming back, Jimmy.
The peppermint twist is back.
Coming back. It's going to be great for comedy. He's coming back. I can't believe, like, these are honestly going to be our two choices, because I really try to, with each thing, to try to be like, figure out who I'm going to put. I mean, it's got to be, I want somebody in their 40s, somebody that's going to have to live with their decisions. I don't want, like, you know, with any luck.
If you're tired of hearing about Trump's chaos but love watching comedians dissect it like surgeons, hit like right now and subscribe to America Facticity so more people can see how live TV still does what politics can't. Call out the game and the players at the same time. December 5th, 2023, Jimmy Kimmel Live. The cameras are rolling, the band's still fading out, and Bill Burr is already leaned back in his chair like a man who doesn't care whose feelings are about to get bruised.
Opposite people ever. It's like, all right, let's see. What does the orange bigot have to say? How about the real estate agent that speaks through her nose? Oh, there's a point. This is so difficult. It's like if they overlap, I just can't make up my mind. I'll be honest with you, I can't believe Trump didn't win this thing like 4 months ago. You know? I know that's weird for younger people to hear, but like when I was a kid, if you were running for president and you got shot and you didn't die, that was the end of the election. There was nothing you could say, right? Everybody would just be like, this guy's the man. He is the king.
Okay, let me just read this here. Donald Trump walked into an arena that holds 20,000 people and 19,999 people were so happy. And then there was Bill Burr's wife. Yeah, and I love how people are like, oh, how can you do that? It's like, well, he's racist. He likes to sort of plagiarize some Hitler stuff every once in a while. Like, what is surprising that a black woman wouldn't like him? I don't like the guy. My wife giving him the finger is what I love about my wife. Do you know where you stand with her? And you can't say that about a lot of people.
The conversation starts light, comedy, politics, the usual, and then Kimmel brings up Trump's name. The crowd chuckles in anticipation, expecting another safe anti-Trump punchline. Instead, Burr pivots the gun. You should shut up, he tells Kimmel. The room freezes. He's a narcissist. You're feeding him. Neutral energy. Neutral. The audience laughs in confusion, unsure whose side Burr is on, but Burr isn't defending Trump. He's diagnosing him.
Like this guy's saying he's going to build a wall from California to like El Paso, Texas. Like, dude, I've done that drive. That's like a 2-day drive, 85 miles an hour. Like, ah! Like you're going to build a wall. You're really going to do this. Like, how much is this going to cost? How many times you going to go to Home Depot? Like, how big is this thing going to be? Look how long it took to build the Freedom Tower, and we wanted that. That took 15 years. Dude, by the time they build that thing, we're going to be the ones going over it.
You idiot liberals made him a martyr, he continues. He's a one-hit wonder, and you wrote him twist again when you indicted him. Now he's a martyr. The camera catches Kimmel trying to smile through it, but the tone in the room has shifted. It's not just a comedy segment anymore. It's a therapy session America didn't know it needed. The next morning, The Independent, The Boston Globe, and Newsweek all ran the same headline variation. Bill Burr tells Jimmy Kimmel to shut up about Trump.
Like if you vote for this color tie, these billionaires are somehow going to grow a heart. And it's just not the case. I can't fix the political system, and I don't watch a lot of it. But, you know, when I do stand up, you know, if I start trashing like Trump, I would hear the left in the crowd like, yeah. And I'd be like, you voted for a guy that, you know, is staring off into space. Like, your guy literally should be in a home. What are you patting yourself on the back for? X, Y, and Z, blah, blah. Your party has not let you vote for, has not let you choose your candidate since Obama's second term.
Yeah.
You're liberal? That's insane. We want Bernie Sanders. You, Hillary. We want Bernie Sanders. You, Mr. Magoo.
The right-wing press spun it as Burr defends Trump, while the left called it a masterclass in media honesty. Both missed the point. Burr wasn't protecting Trump. He was explaining how obsession is oxygen for narcissism. Every time Trump gets mocked, he gets magnified. Every late-night rant, every viral headline, every meme keeps the spotlight on him. Burr exposed that feedback loop not with an op-ed or a documentary, but live on ABC in real time between commercial breaks.
All right, let's get to what you all want to talk about. All right, ladies, you're 0-2 against this guy. 0-2. All right, but you learn more from your losses than your wins. So, let's get into the game tape. All right, ladies, enough with the pantsuit. Okay, it's not working. Stop trying to have respect for yourselves. You don't win the office. Like on policy, you know? You gotta whore it up a little. I'm not saying go full Hooters, but find the happy medium between Applebee's and your dad didn't stick around. All right, you all...
How's your wife's hands doing these days?
Oh, they're fantastic. I love my wife. You know where you stand with her. Okay, the guy walked in the arena, everybody cheered. She gave him the finger. Nobody got arrested. That's why this country's great. Everybody expressed themselves. Can we all be adults? I mean, I don't know about you, but I came there to go to the fights. I didn't know I was going to the Republican National Convention.
Everything was fine until people realized he was right. By 2024, the Trump machine was stronger than ever. Not because people loved his politics, but because they couldn't stop reacting to him. Burr had warned about this years earlier, sitting across from Conan O'Brien back in 2016, when everyone was laughing at the campaign that would soon change American politics forever. Nothing will change with Trump as president, Burr said then. The world's not ending. Relax.
Donald Trump, do you think a businessman like Trump has a chance to be president? Do you think he has any shot at all? Do you think this is real?
No, just because no one would work with him. Like, Republicans and Democrats would be babies, and they would pout because they're like bought and owned. And it's like, how come this guy's free and gets to say whatever he wants? I mean, I don't know. I've enjoyed the hell out of him. Just all the stuff the guy's been saying. I hope more politicians are at least say what they're thinking.
Right.
I love when they were going like, yeah, you said all this sexist stuff about women. You said this about women. You said that about women. You said this. And he goes, no, I said that about Rosie O'Donnell. And then they laughed. And then they go, no, you said it about other women too. And he goes, yeah, you're probably right. And then it was just over. That's all you got to do is just admit, yeah, that's what I do. You know, every once in a while I have a couple shots of bourbon. I go off on the broads. And then, you know.
Conan laughed. The audience laughed. But Burr wasn't joking. He said Trump's appeal wasn't policy, it was performance. He talks like the guy at the bar who knows everything. That's why people like him, Burr told Conan, calling out the media for pretending they didn't understand why Trump was winning attention. Those 2016 Conan clips, Trump's appeal and nothing will change with Trump as president, aged like prophecy. Burr didn't call Trump a genius, he called him a symptom. He was exposing something deeper.
I get back down to business.
It is true. It is crazy. Like, so many people spend all their time in the media apologizing and explaining, and if people that just say, that's what I did, they seem to get away with it.
Yeah, that's what you do. I think comics should do that. When people get, like, annoyed and they go into your Twitter account from 10 years ago, and they're like, oh, you said this about, you know, whatever, Saved by the Bell in 1988. I want an apology. It's like, all right, well, get in a time machine and talk to me back then.
Yeah. So you think politicians should let their human side come out?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely do. I mean, I don't think it matters who's president. I'm one of those people.
A culture addicted to outrage, one tweet at a time. By the time he sat with Kimmel in 2023, the full cycle had played out. Burr wasn't there to participate in the outrage. He was there to mock the outrage itself. Kimmel, one of late night's most consistent Trump critics, thought he was teeing up another safe laugh. Instead, Burr gave him a mirror. You keep talking about him, he said. That's what he wants. It's neutral energy, man. Just let him fade. And the irony? Burr's comments became a trending topic within hours.
Know how to get a free drink. Okay, and I know, listen, I know a lot of ugly women, feminists, don't want to hear this message. But just tease them a little bit. Make a farmer feel like he's got a shot. Swing a state over a little bit. I'll be honest with you, I am so psyched that this stupid election is finally over. Took forever. Yeah. Everybody knew who they were voting for 4 years ago. And then they just drag you through a year and a half of this stuff. Who was sitting there watching the debate, still not decided?
Trump supporters shared the clip claiming Burr had flipped. Progressives reposted it claiming Burr was mocking the president. But the man himself didn't clarify, didn't tweet, didn't post. That silence was the punchline. Burr had already made his point. Trump's power depends on attention, and everyone, fans and haters alike, keeps giving it to him. Everything was fine until the UFC cameras caught Burr's wife, Naya.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think the number one reason Trump survived is all those herky-jerky movements that he does. You just can't nail the guy down. I gotta be honest, the guy is a lunatic. He literally got shot and immediately jumped back up and started yelling in the direction the bullets were coming from, unarmed. That's not a sane human being. I would have been on the ground crying in the fetal position, all right, give me the truck. I don't want this job anymore. Just tell her she won. Tell her she won.
Have you been called, been notified by Trump to interview Trump? Would you interview Trump?
No, and I wouldn't interview a Democrat either.
Yeah.
I don't want to know those people. My job is to make fun of them.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. The same thing with an award show. Why the fuck would you ever host an award show? Your job as a comic is to make fun of an award show. Why would you go there?
I know.
I shouldn't say that. If that's something you want to do, because that is a big...
And some people are good at it.
There we go. We bought it back.
Yeah.
We bought it back.
Yeah.
Flipping off President Trump at a fight in Las Vegas in November 2023, the image went viral overnight. People begged Burr to comment. On another appearance, he simply laughed. "We all expressed ourselves," he said. That's his brand of exposure. He doesn't shout. He just points at the circus and lets the silence say the rest. If you're nodding right now because you've been watching this same pattern for 10 years, politicians chasing headlines, media chasing clicks, comedians doing the cleanup, drop a comment below. Do you agree with Burr's take? Is the problem Trump or the obsession with him?
And maybe you could get somebody that still has something to live for.
Wow.
This
year, you're not going to get a visit from Santa, but you are going to get a visit from the Secret Service.
Why? I said die peacefully.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear peacefully.
I did.
Oh,
and then you threw that in.
I must have thrown that in, yeah. Bill Burr is here. He means no harm.
How long you been wearing suits? You're supposed to unbutton the coat when you sit down.
No, that's not
bugging
true.
me the whole time.
What I don't get,
Bill Burr
what I don't get
money.
is the amount of veterans that people in the armed services that died trying to stop Hitler, and then this guy comes in, and does that while being an immigrant too, which is kind of the whole thing. Just none of it tracks how you can be to support the troops. America, love it or leave it, and then this guy comes in and gives a shout out to Hitler.
Makes no sense at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. So,
Burr's honesty on live television is what sets him apart. Most comics tiptoe around their audience. Burr treats them like adults. When he calls Trump a narcissist, he's not telling you what to think. He's telling you to stop thinking about him so much. His exposure isn't about tearing down the man, it's about tearing down the mechanism that keeps the man relevant. He's saying what everyone else is afraid to admit, that the outrage industry built its empire on Trump's shadow.
I don't think it does. You
I don't think it matters. Doesn't.
Doesn't matter at all.
Dude, Hillary Clinton goes to those Bilderberg meetings. That's like the Illuminati stuff, right? She probably hooked up with some guy wearing a goat's head, and then she goes out on TV and she's talking to people who drive snowplows, like she can relate to them. That's why I like Republicans better than Democrats, because I know they don't like me. I know that they don't want me in their neighborhood. They're pushing people with wheelchairs down the stairs. Get out of here! God made this for me. All of you, beat it.
So they're being honest, you think?
It's a tough message to deliver to a crowd that thrives on political dopamine, but Burr does it with the confidence of a man who's never needed applause to know he's right. Every time he sits on a talk show, he brings that blue-collar clarity. No filters, no scripts, just logic and profanity. He's the guy who calls it like it is. He's a narcissist. Shut up. Neutral energy. Let's piece it together.
That's like those Trump guys. They're always going like, you snowflakes, F your feelings and all of that. And then you make fun of Trump. They're like, oh my God, it's so disrespectful. It's like you're saying F Joe Biden. It's like you can't have it both ways. So that's my thing as a Pats fan, okay?
Yes.
It's just like if you're doing it too, quit your crying. Quit your crying. I mean, you know.
How's your wife's hands doing these days?
Oh, they're fantastic. I love my wife. You know where you stand with her. Okay? The guy walked in the arena. Everybody cheered. She gave him the finger. Nobody got arrested. That's why this country's great. Everybody expressed themselves. Can we all be adults? I mean, I don't know about you, but I came there to go to the fights. I didn't know I was going to the Republican National Convention.
2016, Burr on Conan diagnoses Trump's media charisma before it's cool. 2020, Burr hosts Saturday Night Live, teases cancel culture, avoids cheap partisan bait, and still gets labeled controversial for not picking sides. 2023, Burr on Kimmel turns the spotlight on late-night hypocrisy and exposes how both sides profit off the same outrage.
God bless Bill Burr, man. He is one of just a handful of comedians who has seemingly kept his moral compass in this horrific Trump era. And he's not stopping. As all the other comedians are zigging, he's zagging, right? And I think it's paying dividends. So here we go. We got a new Bill Burr rant here. Let's listen.
And then sadly, I saw these clips of ICE going in and just fucking ripping these people out of their homes, and mothers and grandmothers and children screaming, no warrant. If fellow U.S. citizens are like, what are you doing? They like intimidate them, arrest them and shit. This is like Gestapo type of stuff. And it just blows my mind that there's a certain ugly segment of the American population that's enjoying watching these families getting ripped out of their homes. And you somehow think that America is going to be better if this is done. Like, so what? So they took those people out. They're taking these brown people out that are living week to week. And somehow you feel like if they get them out of the country, your boss who's not paying you a living wage will suddenly start paying you a living wage. What would be a great thing is everybody read up on the history of these that have run these companies. They have not wanted to pay Americans a living wage ever. They've never wanted to pay us a living wage. And the only reason why they do is because there's laws. And the only reason why there is laws is because people died during protests to start unions. And the fucking psychos that run these companies didn't want to pay a living wage. And eventually they took their factories out of the country so they could go back to not paying a living wage in the form of sweatshop labor. And now they're eventually working their way towards this. The same billionaires that didn't want to pay in the 1800s, way back to the feudal system, they've never wanted to pay you. They don't want to pay you. And they just keep blaming people that don't look like you, that don't have any money or any sort of control over your life. And my people keep believing it. It's unfucking believable. Immigrants are not the reason why you can't make your rent. You can't make your rent because the guy that fucking employs you is not paying you enough money. He's not keeping up, or she's not keeping up with the rate of inflation. The sad fucking thing is there's enough money, there's enough food, there's enough shelter for everybody. But these super rich cunts want too much for themselves. And they're heartless. They don't give a And when you start to tell them, hey, you're not paying us enough money, they go, oh, look at those fucking brown people over there. If we could just get them to stop jumping over a wall or get them out of their houses. If we could tear apart their families without a warrant, then I would somehow magically start paying you enough money where you could live comfortably and have health insurance. Unreal. And I got to tell you, the fucking people that are just watching this stuff, and you don't think that eventually, if you just co-sign on an agency being able to do that, just barge into somebody's fucking house like that, just start lining people up, asking questions, no warrants, just total intimidation, right? If you're signing off on that, you have to understand, do you really think that that's just going to stop there? Let's say they got all the illegal immigrants out of this country. That work still has to be done. So now who's doing that work? And what is the rich guy doing? Do you think he's going to pay American citizen wages? Is he going to let one nickel roll out of his pocket? Has that been your experience watching these super rich people? Just out of curiosity. Anyway, it's tragic. This is just a really mean, ugly, I can't even say period, I guess exposure, that it's just brought all of these super fucking overtly racist nationalist psychos to the forefront.
If you still think laughter is the last weapon worth keeping, hit like and tell us which of Burr's takedowns hit hardest for you. The Conan prediction, the SNL edge, or the Kimmel moment that stopped the room cold. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to America Facticity for more breaking news.